you can put out content, you can make yourself valuable off the court. That's what matters, you know, just as much as your 6'4".
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned as a pro?
You're playing for something bigger than you, obviously. You know, even if it's not, you know, for me, it would be the Wizards, you know, the NBA. I've seen, you know, this opportunity.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the center position. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Holiday against George. And now just over a minute played here in the first.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
Lopez kicks to Giannis. Kicks it down to Middleton. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. George against DiVincenzo. George passes to Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Leonard, and the shot goes in.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
Now here's Beverley, following the miss by Brook Lopez. Beverley dishes to Leonard. To the paint. Outside for George. Passes to Beverley. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. 4 on the clock. Outside, George. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Giannis. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard with the steal. And they're moving it up. George passes to Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Kawhi has become one of the smartest offensive players in the game, understanding use of the shot fake and what it can give you.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Morris passes to Williams. And he converts the layup.
Well, Lou Williams in the open floor is just a bucket, folks.
Bucks trail by 6. Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. To the middle. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Williams. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
How about Lou Williams playing through the contact? Nicely done.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
And they did win that last game in this matchup, and it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Now here's Portis. To the inside. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Out to Morris. Outside Williams. There's the pass to Zubac. He gets that one.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Williams against Augustine. Here's Forbes. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Clippers leading by 6. And here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Zubac. The shot missing. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Forbes. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
That will count. The shot that time not on target. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what...
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So for the Clippers right now, Marcus Morris is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Here's Williams after the made shot from Bobby Portis. Shot's good by Williams. Williams has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. And the double up on Antetokounmpo.
We always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams. Now Lopez after the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson. And Antetokounmpo. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. High post Lopez. Ibaka on him. Here's DiVincenzo. No good on the shot. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And given their performance in that game, which was not necessarily a work of art. I had a hard time believing it wound up being as close as it did.
Yeah, it felt like the other side simply allowed them to hang in, and the score reflected that.
Leonard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Lopez, no luck.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
George looking around. Pass to Batum. Hits the close-range jumper.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Bucks trail by 8. Outside Holiday. There's the dish to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Thursday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Middleton can't get it to go.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And here's George for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Clippers leading by 8. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. And the call on the and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Batum against Middleton. Leonard kicks to George. Count it.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Down by 12. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Tries again. Pass to Forbes. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you could see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end it.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead, some breathing room.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to... And that'll...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a grinding performance from him up to this point. His work on the boards in that first half was terrific.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. He kicks to Holiday. Back to Middleton. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Clippers leading by 10. Ahead. Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the first points of the third quarter up on the boards for Los Angeles. Beverly against Holiday. Paul George with the steal. Leonard kicks to Beverly. From the arc. Rebounded by the Bucks. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Antetokounmpo, no good.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Leonard finds Ibaka. Now Beverly. From deep, George. That one's not going to go.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. And it's the Bucks on the break. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Outside, George. Takes the 13-footer. Ibaka. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 11.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Holiday gets the bucket. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that ability to play in space is so vital.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
George finds Ibaka. Back to George. Shot from the wing. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Back to George. And Batum kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post. Possesses great touch and great length.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And that one, good. Lopez has got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Outside, George. Leonard on the wing, covered by Giannis. Back to George. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Back to Holiday. Kicks it down to Middleton. Fires for 3. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Outside, Batum. The feed to Ibaka. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jackson passes to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Bucks trail by 6.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
On the wing, Williams launches a 3. The shot will not fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top, leading by 6. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 4. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Zubac, the lead pass was put in just the right spot. Zubac has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here. It's for Los Angeles. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. Good.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
The 3 from Morris. Now here's Williams. He's guarded close. Lays it up off the glass. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. Here's Portis, and the rejection by Zubac. Morris finds Zubac. Leonard looking around. Over onto Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by 8. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Williams picks him up. Over to the left wing. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Here's Forbes. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Kept alive. Out to Morris. Jackson passes to Zubac. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. Finished off the break. Now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
And good to see the hustle from Middleton here. He's a good partner to have on the break, and he's quick to get up the court.
Morris against Middleton. Outside Jackson. Williams in the post. Here's Zubac. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. The pass to Connaughton. Right side, Portis. Stolen by Zubac. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Morris outside. Out to the right wing. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Giannis. Leonard trying to break free. Can't get it to fall. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Outside Williams. A 3 from Morris. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Antetokounmpo. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Connaughton's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Jackson gets the bucket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
The Bucks shooting 43% for the game. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. For 3, Middleton. Rebound by the Clippers. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't go that time. It's Portis high post. Working on Williams. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Zubac kicks to Williams. Connects from three-point range.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Shots good by Middleton.
And this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Middleton enjoys coming through in the clutch.
And nothing fancy really about that play. That's just good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks, for Jordan.
So are there any draftees that you are looking or excited to see in the draft pool or to play in the 2K League next season?
A couple guys that I'm excited to play against or excited just to see in the league in general. You got Crazy, who's probably going to go number one. No Love Czar. He's a guy that he's been playing for years. I'm excited just to play against him. Glow the Real, another guy, really good player. Time's finally up for them to be in the league, and I'm excited to play against them. So I don't see, they're.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
The drive by James and the dunk by James.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Lopez dishes to Giannis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
And the athleticism of both these teams should come into play tonight. No lack of quickness on either side of the ball.
Oh, yeah. Put your track shoes on, Kevin. You're going to be running sprints tonight.
And he gets it to go.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Holiday surveying the floor. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
James against Middleton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Brook Lopez. Los Angeles shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Well, the GOAT watch continues. Every year, every accomplishment goes into the analysis. I mean, LeBron will probably never be able to escape.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Lopez. Back to Giannis. Just 5 on the clock. And contact on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Giannis against Schroeder. Over in the corner, Gasol. Inside. On the wing, James. And finished off by LeBron.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look to dunking it home.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Giannis passes to Lopez. Misses in close.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup. I like to see the ball moving in transition like that. I mean, when your teammates out in front, get them to rock.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And the Bucks miss again. The Lakers have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Up again. Giannis grabs the miss. The Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The shot by Holiday, no good. And here is Los Angeles now. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
They just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
And Lopez throws it down.
I like the show of ferocity from Lopez. Whenever he plays down there with fire, it's infectious.
James with it, out guarded by Giannis. James, the pass to Gasol. James looking around. And the dunk by LeBron.
That's how LeBron likes to attack. So effective at scoring on the move. Bucks trail by 3.
Giannis outside. Rebound by Harrell. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. LeBron with the bucket.
And James loves torching defenders with his pull-up jumper. Play up on him, he goes by you. Play off, he'll pull up.
Middleton right side. Lopez inside, covered by LeBron. Lopez kicks to Middleton. Pulls from the top of the key. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Now, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. James with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And James throws it down hard.
Oh, you love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday, and here is Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Being able to go through adversity and come up.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Bucks, we've got DJ Augustine, and it's Portis in at the 5. And here is James. He's got 15. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. And now, here comes Augustine leading the break. Yep, it counts.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Yeah, and defensively, you'd like to see a greater effort to change ends.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for LeBron. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. It's blocked. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And that one drops.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
To the paint. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is. And he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And Augustine kicks to Connaughton. Out left to the wing. Down low. Here's Forbes. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Forbes has got the lead up to 4 now for Milwaukee. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Caruso, headed by Augustine. Harrell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And both free throws good for Harrell. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Now here is Augustine, guarded closely. Craig passes to Portis. The Lakers with the rebound. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and and they came away with the win.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They were flat out sniping from deep. They look very comfortable pulling the trigger on the road.
Now here is Augustine. Defense right on him. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that.
Three-pointer. It's deflected. Oh, Moore is in position, and it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Torrey Craig. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Brent Forbes. And it's Holiday in for Augustine. The Lakers also with a sub. Schroeder's checked in. Kuzma finds Harrell. Lakers working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. And Middleton with the block. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Brook Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Los Angeles making a switch here. Milwaukee has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
LeBron against Middleton. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Holiday.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
58 seconds left in the first half. Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. Passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Lopez. The 11-footer. He can't get it to go. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Middleton against James. Feeds it to Gasol. Lopez with the steal. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And the basket is good. Giannis has got 10.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
James against Middleton. Over to the wing. Floats it up for James. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, what a crazy connection right there. James knowing when to fly towards the rim. Amazing at completing these alley-oops.
Holiday with the three. No good on the last second attempt there. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 20 points and one. And that's a wrap with the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the one. DiVincenzo against Caldwell Pope. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Schroeder outside to the middle. Lopez with the block.
And you got to appreciate the length Lopez has. He's effective at using it to stifle shooting.
Schroeder against Holiday. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Bucks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. Los Angeles calls timeout. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Stolen by Holiday. Fast break, Milwaukee for the finish, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
Stolen by Middleton. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Holiday finds Middleton. Giannis with it. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Connaughton passes to Portis. That one falls. Portis has got the lead up to 4 now for Milwaukee.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And they double up James. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
So it's the Bucks now. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. He's looking for Portis and finds him. Here's Connaughton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 6-point Bucks lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. And the Bucks making a change here. Augustine's checked in. Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Giannis inside. He's against Kuzma. Now Augustine, 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Forbes. Off target from outside. Lakers trail by 4. Here's James. Harrell on the follow. Harrell's got 8 points.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Caruso looking for an opening. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The lead is 2. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. To the left wing. Out to Kuzma. Back to Harrell. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Portis finds Augustine. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 4.
What intensity on the glass from Portis, a junkyard dog. He worked so hard for the second chance opportunities.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. James, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. And Portis throws it down.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Bucks ahead. They're up by 2. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And he sinks the second. Lakers trail by 3. Here's Caruso. And it's good for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kuzma against Giannis. In the corner, Middleton with it. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
That's an unforced error. That would drive a coach crazy. You got to play heads up out there.
They could retake the lead after trailing for a while.
Nice work to hang around and just give yourself a chance. Put yourself in position.
Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
The Bucks shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. It's Giannis with the drive, and Giannis throws it down.
In the long strides of Antetokounmpo, once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping.
To the paint, here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam. Holiday finds Middleton. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. On defense, Milwaukee. Here's James, and the dunk by LeBron.
All James needs is just a little room. You got to go over the pick every time, or else he's probably going to burn.
Holiday against Schroeder. Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And the dunk by James.
I like to say I'm blown away, but honestly, with LeBron, a game like this, it's just par for the course.
Middleton looking it over. Rejected by Gasol. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Schroeder leading the charge. Left side Gasol. Stolen by Middleton. He's all alone. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
And we could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
And they double up James. Schroeder outside to the inside. Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists tonight.
When you need a big bucket, Gasol is there, and as dependable as they come.
Here's Holiday. Count it, and the foul. They get Marc Gasol.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
The Lakers making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Holiday against Schroeder. Inside, Gasol. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
He has great touch and feel inside. All the qualities big men like Gasol need to be effective in the paint.
Antetokounmpo against Morris. Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
And this helps build chemistry. Lopez looking to share the ball wherever he can.
And Schroeder's got the ball here for Los Angeles. Gasol passes to Morris. Here's LeBron, and he banks in the layup. LeBron's got 28 points for the game.
Oh, you got to love the poise of James, a master at executing in clutch situations.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Gasol sends it back. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Holiday against Schroeder. To the middle, here's Gasol, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
For 3, Middleton. Rebound the Lakers. Gasol with it. LeBron James on the wing. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. Now Middleton. The tray. The rebound by Gasol. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. James against Holiday. Over onto Antetokounmpo. James, no good. And so the Lakers take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for... Well, and how about we check the numbers for Paul George?
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Morris finds Gasol. Out to Morris. LeBron James on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now the Lakers on the break. LeBron is running. And the dunk by James.
Love how quickly the King got out there. The first 2 steps getting that break started.
And here's Beverly. 17 points for him last game against Washington. Batum passes to Leonard. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Now LeBron using his big mitts there. Comes in handy on defense. Getting up there to spike that one away.
Now Morris. 11 points for him in that last game against the Kings in Sacramento. Passes it to Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
That shot off the mark. George with the defensive effort. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside for Batum. Over Caldwell Pope. George missing again.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break, trying to end the drought. That shot off, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
So it's the Lakers now after the Clippers pick up 2. Schroeder passes to Gasol. It's stolen by Ibaka. Beverly with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by James. And it's George missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Outside for George. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. James finds Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
You know, Harrell brings energy to the game, not just with his feet and hands, but he also will bring it in the way he communicates.
Kennard. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
In the corner, it's James. And the dunk by James.
LeBron not messing around. That time in the paint, close to the rim, smelling blood.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First trip to the line for him here. Free throw good, Lou Williams.
Lou Williams, and that wisdom gives a boost to the confidence of the entire team someone the younger guys look up to.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
LeBron passes to Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
But there's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Here's Kennard, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Kennard in at the 3. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 8-point game. Here's James, and it goes down 2 points.
Power personified right there in number 23, LeBron James. Wow.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Down low, here's Williams. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Williams has got 6 points. Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game a loss to the Wizards. LeBron against Kennard. James, the pass to Kuzma. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
To the right side. The 3 from LeBron. That one misses. He has made 7 of his 9 field goal attempts. Here's Kennard. The Lakers with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
Jackson, that's good.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Here's Caruso. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Williams against LeBron, and Harrell slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. Morris kicks to Jackson. No good from outside.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
From deep, James. Offensive rebound. Pass to Horton Tucker. No good on the triple. Clippers trail by 13. To the inside, Morris. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Morris has got his first basket of the night.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's LeBron after the Clippers pick up 2. Feeds it to Hill. Back to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. And Harrell slams it in.
You'd love to bottle up the energy that Harrell plays for. Hustle points coming through.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams gets the bucket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
LeBron outside to the paint. Here's Kuzma. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Well, you can do a couple things with turnovers. They committed too many, and then they didn't force enough. So a tough go in that category.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 5. And that'll do it.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been a clinic out there by James.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Harrell, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Morris in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now Gasol after the missed 3 from Dennis Schroeder. On its way from Caldwell-Pope for 2. Here's Schroeder. And again, the Lakers no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
That one's good. The Laker lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Beverly.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Top of the key. Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. Down low. Here's Gasol. Ibaka with some nice D.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
The putback. It's good on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Beverly against Schroeder. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Leonard dishes to Batum. Now the pass to Beverly. George looking around for the tie from beyond the arc and then some. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Schroeder outside, stolen by George. Now here's Batum. Beverly the pass to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing for the lead. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And the Lakers making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Schroeder against Beverly. This all no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And the Lakers with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Morris outside. Just 5 on the clock. Outside for Caldwell Pope. And the Lakers with another miss.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Back to George. Pass to Batum. To the inside. Ibaka, the pass to George. Wide open shot is on the money. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
That's a really nice stroke. Paul George set up nicely. Great release. And big-time shot there.
The feed to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Schroeder's got his first points in this one.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Leonard. And that'll be 2 for... And, yep, you thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the center position.
They try to be up on LeBron James, and when he gets a little bit of room to shoot off the screen, just like that, great rhythm, that's good.
And George, here we go. Count that one. And the Clippers lead by 6.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
Well, it looks like he's got just one of those good feels tonight. That means trouble for the opponent.
George against Caldwell Pope. And that one's good. George
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
James in the post, covered by Morris.
Well, LeBron right through the defense this time. Incredible at finishing off that one.
On the wing, Morris. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Zubac kicks to Morris. From outside, off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from LeBron.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Williams passes to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Williams dishes to George. 18 feet out, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
James in the post. Morris is there. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Alex Caruso. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Batum's checked in. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Williams looking around. Kuzma against Leonard. Drops in the layup for 2. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Williams against Schroeder. Passes it to LeBron. 1:53 left in the game. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
And it's Beverly missing. Lakers trail by 4. Pass to Schroeder. 1:07 left in the fourth. James with it. George picks him up.
LeBron James, one of the best ever to do it.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Rebounded by the Lakers. Here's LeBron. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game. James has got 31 points. Batum scanning the floor. Caldwell Pope against George. Ibaka, the pass to Beverly. And Gasol sends it back. They get it back. 4 on the clock. Good.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
Now I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team. Just fighting tonight.
Count it!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
James right side. Schroeder. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
Man, time winding down. It's always fun to see a player like Schroeder take it upon himself to come up with a clutch basket.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finish it strong.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got LeBron James. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 guard. And Beverly kicks to George. Shoots from 12. The Lakers with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's James to take the lead. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. And George, here we go. And the layup falls. George has got the first basket here in overtime for the Clippers.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
LeBron against Leonard. And here is LeBron. Tries from 10. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Clippers in the lead. George dishes to Batum. Rebounded by the Lakers. LeBron's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. A finish. Oh, the power on that threw-down.
Unreal. Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Outside, George. Inside, Gasol with the steal. LeBron, look at that.
LeBron on the roll. This time, rocks it.
George passes to Ibaka. Outside for Batum. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Outside, George. The Clippers again turning it over.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. LeBron passes to Gasol. Misses from short range. And now the Clippers on the break. From deep, George. No good, shot missing. So the Lakers will take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Count it!
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open. Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Right wing. Schroeder, right side. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. We've got it on. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Ibaka. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the small forward position.
Because of that big body and 7-foot frame, Lopez a handful to keep off the glass.
And that one's good. Beverley. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Milwaukee with the ball. After the Clippers pick up 2. For 3, Middleton. It's hauled in by George. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to Washington.
Nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, a lot of character on display, a lot of guts. You're right. Even as shaky as they were, I would guess they felt they let one get away from them.
Here's Holiday. Paul George making his last shot. And here's Giannis from outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And I tell you, once Antetokounmpo starts hitting this consistently, it's a wrap. Over, finne, done. Go to black. Encouraging to see him knock down the 3.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
It's Giannis with the drive, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
It's George on the wing. Leonard against Middleton. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Bucket is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
Well, you hate to give Lopez an easy one around the rim, but you don't like sending him to the line either.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws here tonight. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Leonard attacking. In the corner, George with it. Fires the 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Got to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Here's Williams following the bucket by the Bucks. Morris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams passes to Zubac. One-on-one here. Middleton inside the three-point line. And no good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me. And whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, they've got to look to flip that script tonight.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Now, here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Zubac kicks to George. It's George on the wing. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Portis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And the rejection by Zubats. Outside, George. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
I think one of Paul George's best shots is his pull-up jump shot. He's been destroying defenses for years with that mid-range pull-up.
Portis banked in off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Now, here is Morris. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Clippers on top. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis, who explained the origin of...
I think the underdog story, started.
And Greg, playing with a chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
We've got DJ Augustine, and it's Portis in at the 5. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
A 3-pointer off the mark. The Clippers trail. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And Augustine kicks to Forbes. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson down low. Pass to Ibaka. Morris outside. Kennard on the wing. 5 on the clock. Batum attacking, and the dunk by Batum.
The athleticism of Batum, so good at recognizing when he should drive it inside.
Augustine with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. It's stolen by Ibaka. Passes it to Kennard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And the lean frame of Ibaka, taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Augustine with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And Portis throws it down.
Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
Los Angeles leading by 3. On the wing, Batum. To the middle, and stolen by Portis. Augustine passes to Portis. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Batum dishes to Ibaka. Left side, Jackson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
We were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, You know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you've set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Here's Augustine. And Forbes kicks to Augustine. Pass to Portis. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Portis has got 12 points in the game.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
Jackson finds Morris. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Augustine lays it up and banks it in. Augustine's got 4 points in the quarter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Morris dishes to Ibaka. Outside for Jackson. From deep. A rebound by the Bucks. Portis has got 4 rebounds in this game. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Chalk that up. Lopez won't miss many of those.
Nobody near Jordan. And it is good at the buzzer. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Some incredible work in this one by Bobby Portis. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds. And that'll do it for us, the third quarter.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Holiday looking for an opening. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Middleton against Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Middleton can't get it to go.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now. He and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Here's Giannis. Here's Lopez. Outside Holiday. He kicks it to Middleton. Lopez against Ibaka. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Pull-up jumper. They grab their own miss, and Leonard stays with it.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Here's Holiday. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside, George. And Leonard has it in the corner. George double teamed. Ibaka finds Leonard. Clock at 6. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Williams in for Nicholas Batum. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
The Bucks working the ball around. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Giannis kicks to Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
Williams in the post. Defended by DiVincenzo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Thursday, they'll host the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Really, you know what? Trying to keep Antetokounmpo off the glass, that's a tough assignment because he's long and he can leap.
And George, here we go. Count that bucket. George has got 14 points.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Antetokounmpo up top, covered by Morris. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Giannis. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Williams passes to George. Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
DiVincenzo against George. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Portis. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Donte DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Leonard. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. George against DiVincenzo.
Excellent box out there, keeping himself between the man and the basket.
Holiday, and Holiday is right there. Holiday's got the lead up to 9 now for Milwaukee.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Middleton on the wing. Holiday against Leonard for 3. Middleton. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Ibaka. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Giannis high post. Ibaka on him. And it's blocked by Ibaka. But they recover it. They get it back. And to Kumbo.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Snatched up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Brook Lopez a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robin. But they've both turned into quality big men in this league.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Lou Williams.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Ibaka, the pass to Beverly. Over in the corner, Batum. Taken away by Holiday. Now the Bucks moving it up. Middleton outside from downtown. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
The Bucks working the ball around. DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but...
Oh, what a dunk!
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Outside Holiday. Middleton on the wing for 3. Another miss by Middleton.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here. Hey, when you've got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Takes it down to Middleton. Pass to DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Ibaka. Leonard on the wing, defended by Middleton. It's thrown bound to Kumbo. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Rhythm and timing so important in the game of hoop. Middleton using both on that pull-up jumper.
George finds Ibaka. And George, here we go. Lays it up off the glass.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
The shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around, and the three off target.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
From deep, George. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. It's hauled in by George. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Got it. And now it's just a 4-point Bucks lead. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.
neighborhood. This weekend, you'll have 4 chances to participate in boot camp. Limited to my players with a 75 overall or lower, this is the place to get some basic training in. Plus, you can earn some sweet prizes. On Wednesday, I want to see all your best passes.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA.
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And he makes good on the layup. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say, the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. This is his first chance at the line tonight. The throw drops for DiVincenzo. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. Caldwell Pope up top, defended by DiVincenzo. The putback, and Gasol able to finish.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. The kick out to Holiday. Bucks passing it around. Giannis passes to Lopez. Middleton on the wing. 5 to shoot. Cans it from downtown.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hands.
Schroeder against Holiday. That one goes. Count it.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Middleton finds Holiday. Yes, that goes in.
He's able to shift gears in an instant. Hard to stay in front of Holiday on the drive.
LeBron against Middleton. James in the post.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
To the paint, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to seeing. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And James throws it down.
You can't give a steamroller like LeBron that kind of opening. He'll bury you every time.
Outside Holiday. Outside Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Morris. Gasol with it. He's picked up by Lopez. And James throws it down.
A guy that great, you have to make somebody else beat you. LeBron's been hot tonight.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Giannis inside. He's against Morris. Antetokounmpo, no good. 11 feet away. And the rejection by Giannis. Lopez passes to Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
With 1 on the clock, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's LeBron James. This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us when he was...
For me personally, I just...
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. That's the Laker 5. Tries it from 9. That one, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
It was really that second wave in the rotation that took the offense to another level.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And Portis throws it down.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
Here's Augustine. Here's Craig. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Portis can't get it to go.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
James with the bucket.
The raw power of James excels at taking on physical defense and finishing.
Steve, one thing I always think of when I watch LeBron, how much fun it must be to be a teammate of his.
You know, Kevin, I wish I could have played with a guy like LeBron James. You get so many open looks and easy finishes with him on the court. One of the easiest superstars to play with, bar none.
Los Angeles leading by 3. And finished off by LeBron.
We all know LeBron is a big-time athlete, but right there, uses pace and timing to get to where he wants.
Now Augustine, he averages a bit over 6 points a game. And the rejection by Harrell. And Finished off by LeBron.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Now here is Augustine. He's tightly guarded. Portis kicks to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Craig. Takes a 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. LeBron drives in, and it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
Doesn't let the contact affect the shot. Great focus by LeBron.
The pass to Craig. Back to Forbes. To stop the run. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And LeBron throws it down.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Portis. Now here is Augustine. Tight defense on him. Passes to Forbes. Here's Connaughton. Bucks passing it around. Augustine from outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Giannis, he's checked in for Augustine. .102 left to play here in the second quarter. And the shot is good. Harrell's got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Giannis right side. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Out to the right wing. Here's Kuzma, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
In the paint, Kuzma goes on the attack, making sure to play into the foul.
Lakers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Free throw good, Kuzma. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
For Milwaukee, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Inside, it's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and they pick up 2.
I mean, few guards absorb contact as well as Holiday. In fact, he often delivers as much punishment as he takes.
Here's Caldwell Pope. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
That's a good opportunity, but he needs to go up a little stronger, in my opinion.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
This is the tricky part. Having enough left in the tank to...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been a clinic out there by James.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
On the court for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Lakers leading by 5. LeBron is doubled. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
Milwaukee with the ball. Bucks trail by 5. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oakley was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter. And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
The rebound by the Bucks.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Here's Morris. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Morris has got his first 2 points of the night.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
Holiday, and he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Giannis drives in, and Giannis throws it down.
In the long strides of Antetokounmpo, once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping it.
Holiday against Schroeder. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Schroeder's got 6 points.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
And pushing it up Los Angeles, the Lakers again in transition. Here's Caldwell Pope. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Can you believe it? He's missed every shot he's taken. Yet this team still continues to hold the lead.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around. That's just awesome position right there. Great basket to help add to the lead.
Holiday with it. He's got 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, Drew Holiday sometimes gets overlooked in the discussion of great point guards, but only because there's so much competition at that position.
Both teams will make substitutions. Lakers leading by 7. A minute 50 left in the third. Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. No good from Connaughton.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And Harrell slams it in.
I mean, a dunk machine dating back to high school. Montrezl Harrell is an absolute monster around the rim.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Clearly a foul.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And all you need to do is see his free throw percentage, guys. 90 for the season to know what kind of year he's having.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Here's Horton Tucker. And Lopez pulls it down. 1:06 left here in the third quarter. Portis finds Lopez. Back to Portis, and Gasol comes to help. Shot clock at 5, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Here's Caruso. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Gasol's shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 7.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Kuzma. And it's Connaughton missing. Now here's Harrell. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Caruso in at the 1. That's the Laker 5. And here is DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Harrell. Kuzma with it. He's picked up by Lopez. They get it again. Pass to Horton Tucker. Off target from 3-point range. Bucks trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. To the inside. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got 4 this quarter.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
Connaughton kicks to Lopez. Here's Connaughton. And the layup falls. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Caruso looking for an opening. Count the basket. Now DiVincenzo. Here's Connaughton. Lopez right side. The putback. Can't throw down the putback. Here's Caruso. Defended by DiVincenzo. And contact on. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. We'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday stand very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Giannis grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And Middleton kicks to Holiday. DiVincenzo against Schroeder.
That's the kind of defense they need from Schroeder. Hands up and right in his grill.
And LeBron throws it down hard.
Respect. LeBron showing the artistry that other players could only dream of.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. Now the Lakers on the break. James with the ball. Wow, hammering it in.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. A shot by Middleton, wide open. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And Holiday, here we go. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
LeBron passes to Gasol. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's DiVincenzo. And the dunk by Giannis.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
James looking it over. Down low. Here's Gasol. Rebounded by the Bucks.
This has reached desperation time for him.
For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
They're so close now, they've got to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol.
Adding a little cushion to their advantage. Nice work at the line.
Outside Holiday. It's hauled in by LeBron. Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton for 3. And James pulls it down. Morris with the ball. Dishes it to Schroeder. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports present GA. It's
good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here's Schroeder. Well, for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
This is where the speed of Dennis Schroeder comes into play. When he's moving like this, the defender is in a tough spot.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg, but he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth.
Clippers with the ball. following the bucket by the Lakers. And George, here we go.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
Paul George with the steal. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Ibaka finds George. Leonard against James. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
James dishes to Gasol. Inside. 2 points. That one goes.
Boy, that big body, those long arms, so hard to keep Marc Gasol off the glass.
George passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
James looking around. Good on the bucket. Gasol's got his second basket of the night.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now Ibaka. Paul George missing from long range. Back to Beverly. Goes back up. Just 5 on the clock. That one wide left.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Now here's Beverly. 17 points for him last game against Washington. Ibaka, no luck. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Here's LeBron. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And Ibaka kicks to Batum. Outside Leonard. Beverly for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
No hesitation in the catch-and-shoot situation. Patrick Beverly ready to shine.
Leonard against LeBron to the middle. A nice shot by Gasol. 6 points for Marc Gasol.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Beverly. Up and in on the layup.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Schroeder. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard attacking, and the rejection by LeBron. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now, here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. And here's James outside. Harrell finds James, and finished off by LeBron.
Now, LeBron James will inflict pain at the rim when he gets free like that.
Pass to Leonard. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Kuzma outside. Passes it to Caruso. To the inside. And the dunk by James.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Lakers lead by 4. We'll be back. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harold, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2-guard. Offensive rebound. Kuzma passes to Horton Tucker. Harold down low. Working on Zubac. James has a 2-pointer. They get it back. Stolen by Jackson. Williams scanning the floor. On the wing, Jackson. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Caruso. The putback. Harrell on the follow.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Now, here's Kennard. Not a lot of room. And the rejection by Harold. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Caruso, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Williams dishes to Morris. Outside Jackson. To the paint. Here's Zubac. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Zubac has got it all tied up now for the Clippers. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Caruso. Great positioning on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 2.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Outside Williams. Rebound the Lakers. Harold's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a 5th of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Here's Horton Tucker. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Stolen away. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Here's Caruso. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Back to Harold. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. You know, had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Outside Williams. To the inside. Can't tie it up as that one misses. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Caruso kicks to Morris. Lakers passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Caruso, the pass to Morris. And another shot. Caruso, no good. Outside Jackson. And it's all evened up. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches. And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Lakers trail by 3. Schroeder looking over the floor. James in the post. He's covered by Leonard. And finished off by LeBron.
The strength of LeBron is something that is never going to go away, and it will always allow him to finish plays like that.
Beverly against Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
LeBron kicks it over to Schroeder. Beverly against LeBron. It's good. James has got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
The defense really doing their best to body LeBron James, but he is just a physical beast who cannot be contained.
Beverly finds Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? James in the post. Leonard's there. The shot's good from Gasol.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Boy, not on the same page there, and in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
The Lakers making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Stop it. What can you do? James is so big and athletic that sometimes you have to foul him if you're on the defensive end.
And the second free throw, good.
Out in front now, although he left 1 point on the board right there.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. It's blocked.
Wow, twice on the pipes from Dennis Schroeder. Woohoo!
Goes up on the wing.
You got it. Come on.
Kicks it out to James. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Here's the pass to George. It's stolen by Schroeder. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, the quick hands of Dennis Schroeder to create the havoc defensively and get a steal.
Clippers trail by 3. Outside, George. Back to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 7.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Leonard the pass to Batum. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Just 5 to shoot. Tries from 10. Shot's good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
And finished off by LeBron.
Nice finish there to put him up in the game. I would be surprised to see him get some more of those touches down the stretch.
Leonard kicks to George. 3-pointer. Rebound the Lakers. Gasol's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, you think about Marc Gasol. This is a former Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, he's not the star or the focal point he was at the peak of his career. But this guy still impacts the game at a very high level.
Schroeder against George. Harrell. It's good on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 3.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Clippers have possession. Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. And it's George finishing it off.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Here's James. And no good. Great D that time from Batum. Beverly against Caldwell Pope. Leonard on the wing. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. 17 seconds left in the 3rd. George finds Ibaka. A rebound by the Lakers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Morris. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 spot. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Friday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers. Then on Monday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And that matchup against the Hornets, this is a game that they are expected to win, but sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
5 on the clock. And George, here we go. Count that one.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the 2nd.
Caruso looking for an opening. He feeds it to Morris. Another shot. Morris with the rebound. The Clippers in the lead. Ibaka finds Morris. Back to Ibaka. Zubac's with it. Outside Williams. Pass to Morris. Takes the 3. Williams passes to Zubac. It's stolen by Morris. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. And he makes that one. And that's now 6 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Boy, not many players in the league who are going to be faster than Dennis Schroeder in the open floor.
George dishes to Morris. To the middle. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Schroeder kicks to Caruso. Timeout called the Lakers. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. The Lakers also with a sub. James is checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
I think what amazes me about LeBron James is that he never stops pushing. This guy is pursuing greatness.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Down low, James, and the dunk by LeBron.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
George passes to Morris. Back to George. Shoots over Schroeder. The shot by George, no good. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. They lead by 1.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
No good from Zubac. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Kicks it out to James. And that one goes long. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Here's Zubac. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 4th rebound in this one. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Caruso, the pass to Kuzma.
Really good activity there in that pick and roll. Kuzma, a real strong sense for what he needs to do in those sets.
George against Schroeder. And it's George missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The 3 from LeBron. The Lakers keeping it going. A new 14-second shot clock. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by George. Leonard kicks to George. Williams passes to George. And the Clippers miss again. Here's Caruso. Schroeder, right side, puts up a 3. Paul George grabs the miss. Here now, the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Morris, left side. Passes it to Zubac. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. "12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harrell dishes to James. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds. A split second late, but almost came up with the steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.